This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to Race 2 of week number 1 in the Sim Racing Systems Simpit Historic Series, where we're running the Ferrari 312, and here we are for our second race at Zandvoort. And if you watched the stream yesterday, I did have a little difficulty keeping this car under control. A lot of guys out on track had some trouble keeping it under control as well, so I was not alone there. I am running an H-pattern shifter, so we will do some heel toe. Actually, I'm going to try to make a change today if I can, to just blipping during down shifts, no clutch, using the clutch on the up shifts. We'll see how that goes throughout the race, but kind of hard to switch last minute. I was planning on doing some practice to be a little better. I think my speed was good, but my consistency was off yesterday. But right after this morning's stream, I ended up having a power outage, and I was not able to do any driving until now. It's actually a miracle that I have power back up and I'm able to run. Unfortunately, it was only half of my house. Still had power in the kitchen and bathroom, but lost it to everywhere else, and that really changed things. So I've done 0 laps since yesterday, which is very unfortunate for me, and it is going to make it a much harder race than it should be. So we are just waiting for our collection period, our practice time to finish up, and I should probably get out on track just to get a little warmed up. Let's make sure we're going to load our setup. We did make a change in setup because we ran out of fuel yesterday, so on top of many mistakes by me, there was the ultimate mistake of not having enough fuel. I've added another 5 liters. We're up to 25 liters now. I think that should be enough, but just to be for good luck, why don't we add another 3? We'll go up to 28 liters. And yes, Stu, I'm definitely going to try to skip that. We'll see how much my brain will remember it. Hello everybody. Exa, I see you saying hello. 06, I see you. And DigVJ, I see you saying hello as well. Graphics on the stream, thank you. I haven't rolled out yet, so that is good. Let me change that very quickly, and we will get ready to roll. So, yesterday I had a terrible race, which means today all I'm trying to do is salvage the week. I gotta score some decent points, which means really I have to put more focus on my finishing. I'm up to 28 liters now. Thank you very much, 06. And what I want to do is just do a little bit better job of staying out of trouble and bringing home a finish, I'm hoping, instead of just finishing. Mark, yes. No, the H pattern is not required. It is just up to anybody who's running. They can run paddle shifters. That's quite fine, and honestly, I'd encourage that for most people. So, looks like qualifying is underway. Let's go ahead and get a lap in. Alright. Oh, my wheel is not turned on. Son of a you-know-what. It didn't... Jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay, here we have our first technical glitch. That was very interesting. I'm going to restart the game just to make sure everything is fine. Bear with me, guys. Sorry, I'm recovering from a power outage. I'm sure you've all had a similar experience at times. That's not going to help me warm up much. That just shows you I'm not lying. I really didn't get any time to do any driving whatsoever. My initial plan was to be here about a good hour ago and do some warm-up. And, yeah, Marco, I was wondering about that too. Will a little bit more fuel actually keep the car settled a little more? Alright, let's try this again. Sorry about that, you guys, but I think part of watching these shows is seeing that we all go through the same sort of mistakes, the same sort of troubles. We're all human. We all put our legs on one pant leg at a time. Oh, come on. I missed it now? Oh, what have I done? Please put me in that room. Please put me in that room. We will have our ultimate second mistake here. I'm all alone. I've totally screwed the pooch. Oh... How upsetting is that? How do I get back in this room? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Son of a... Oh, now I'm really upset with myself. I'm double, triple, quadruple upset. I can't even get in to watch those guys. Oh. Oh, what a day I'm having. Oh, if you guys only knew what a day I've had. Well, that. And the server list, let's give that a try. I really hope so. Man, I would gladly just be at the back of the field non-qualled. Let's see what we can do. Otherwise, this is going to be the shortest race ever for me. Friday the 13th. Thank you, 06. I now have my official excuse. Come on, come on. Bear with me. It's still looking through servers. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm running the Fanatec CSL Elite, the PS4. I'm running the Xbox, or the Pro wheel rim for it. I'm running the Club Sport pedals, and I'm running a Club Sport shifter. Bear with me. I could join El Bandito's Nordschleife. Bear with me. Sorry, you guys. I'm so ashamed. So ashamed. You know, things happen. This is the world of sim racing. You know, anybody who's been in real racing, how many times you spend a whole week prepping your cart or your car and only to have it, for some reason, not start the day you or the moment you get to the track. Sim Racing System Zandvoort. Okay, here we are. Join. I might not be in my car. If we're in, thank you so much, whoever chimed in. I'll get your name, like, official thank you. Whoever told me to look for it in the online servers and that it was under the name Sim Racing System, no spaces. I thank you tremendously. And there we are. All right, let me just get my chat back up. And there we go. And how much time? We have 4 minutes left in qualifying. And I'm in my car even. Thank you so much, you guys. You are the best part of the pit crew. And you got me in this race. So, thank you. Stu, there is not. But that's something I'm going to try to improve over the next week. And maybe get it so that we have a Sim Racing Systems practice session. Instead of just the attack the track and setup shop. Maybe make it completely open to everybody to come in and help out and work on their setup, and we can even kind of share notes. So at this point, I guess maybe I can get a lap in real quick. Seems like everything was working. Yes, it was, Marco. The wheel was turned off. I had a power outage earlier and just recovered from it right before. It was half my house went out. And I recovered right before. I had an electrician come out and just got power right before the race. I thought I was going to miss it. I'm going to try to remember and get practiced on not using the clutch for downshifts. This car is a handful. If you watched yesterday, a lot of people are having trouble. A lot of self-spins going on. A lot of locking up the brake like that. My next step on the setup would be getting some of the braking under control. 2 minutes left. We should be able to get in one lap at least. Okay, Stu. You must be Lewis Hamilton himself, then. Whoa. Definitely don't get the front end grip on that corner in particular that I'd like. That's something else we'd work about. Forgot to clutch on that upshift, by the way, if you heard that. Alright, we got a lap in. Yay. Yay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for saving my butt. Alright, now I need to move some things around, too. Wow, I don't know what that lap time was. But we got one in. That's the important thing. 9th of 18, so not terrible. About where we started yesterday. Yeah, this car's been on... driving it is one thing. Getting a lot of speed out of it is another, I've found. Alright, Tom, look at that. Yeah, you are. You're right behind me. And Lewis Henrique with that 142.8. 1.9. Only 1/1000th slower. George Vidal. Nick Barnack, which was the #1 qualifier yesterday with a 143.5. Looks like Lewis and George improved about a full second over yesterday's pace. Yeah, it really did. It upset me that I ran out of fuel. I thought I had accounted for it well. Doug's up in 4th. Francisco in 5th. Ed Sierra in 6th. Stan Donnet, who painted my car, in 7th. Moses Choi in 8th. Lino Carrera in 9th. I've been dropped back to 10th. Alright, let's make sure our fuel is loaded. Our setup is loaded. Load the setup. Fuel's at 25. I didn't save 28, so we just cranked it up to 28 liters. And here we go. 20-minute race. Yeah, I think 25 should be enough, really. And it looks like John Hill's in 12th. That's the red car right behind me. Why am I not seeing his paint job? My skin transfer didn't seem to work. We were having that problem yesterday, too, I understand. We're going to have to look into that before next week's race at Spa. Alright, here we go. Let's have some fun. Lots of trouble up ahead. Someone's already left the server. After I looped it yesterday, one of the troubles I've been having some problems with. Oh, I didn't get my gear. Put it into neutral. Come on, Cole. Didn't give it enough blip. I'm gonna, like I said, practice would have gone a long way on changing shifting style. We can chalk that one up to the thing between the wheel and the seat, though. I need to just relax into it. That's all. Yesterday I had a hard time relaxing. I need to relax today. Real oversteery there. And then here it's understeery. Actually, it's a little of both. This car does both all the time. Oh, little contact. Now, I know I jumped about 6 spots on the start. Don't know who's who quite yet. I also got to remember I'm running my own race, and yes, I don't want to get too caught up in fighting. That corner! My worst corner on the track right now. And the gas pedal. Come on. Missing the apexes by multiple car lengths still. Missed that shift, had to clutch to get it to go in gear. That's what that mistake was. I like you guys to know what I got going on. Oh, trouble. This corner into this corner. Oh, I got a miss shift again. I got it back in gear smoother that time, didn't cause quite as much instability. Did it again. Gotta work on that final blip. I believe I need a brake just about 10 feet earlier to get that blip in for the downshift from 3 to 2 on the big straightaway. Did it again. Come on, Cole. You know, I feel a lot better doing the blips, but I've already had more misshifts than I did with heel toe. Ah. Ah. Come on. Drive the car. There we go. Just gotta be a little more deliberate. Missed that shift. Yeah, we're gonna practice that a lot this week. Being way conservative. I don't even know where to brake for that corner because I've messed it up so badly. Missed it again. I don't get it. Oh, because I just killed the gearbox. Well, that didn't go very well either, did it? Son of a... I didn't think I was missing the shifts that badly. I love that about this car, though. Don't love that about my effort, but I do love it about this car. No, I'm not going to switch to sequential. This is a personal thing, Mark. I agree with you for most people. I really do. Race what you're fastest with, but I'm determined to get this. Oh, I'm so freaking angry right now. I don't know about the blipping, guys. I mean, maybe with practice. I mean, it's obviously quicker, easier. There's our lead for the win. I love cars. They do an okay job with miss shifts. I mean, the stick shift itself won't lock me out of gear. Are my sound effects too loud, by the way? Hey, Sai. No, it's not that hard. I just really didn't do well today. It was a poor effort on my part. Everything was wrong from the beginning. And I meant to get an hour's worth of practice to get used to it. You get about 5 miss shifts before it tears up the gearbox. Unfortunately, it doesn't lock you out of gate, so your indication that you don't have a gear is that you go to rev it and you hear it in neutral. So, very disappointed in myself. I don't mind being honest about that. I mean, I have high expectations of myself, even though I know I can't deliver what I expect. But that doesn't mean that I don't expect a lot of myself at times. So when I make mistakes, especially stupid mistakes, like not having my wheel turned on, like not getting the practice in, that's just a matter of allocating time, like missed shifts, that's just not getting in the practice. Those things discourage me. When racing events happen, I don't mind. It's part of racing. But when you're the contributing factor to those events, you do have to look inward. You know, honestly, yesterday I ran out of fuel, and today I had a poor effort. And that means that for race week 1, my points are already compromised. Now, in reality, I'm going to miss a race at the end of the season or the middle of the season anyway, so I won't be in the points running, but it doesn't matter. You know, I take my racing very seriously. I do it mostly for fun, and I do it really for the sport. When I used to play competitive soccer, or when I used to race bicycles, I always used to tell people, it's not actually fun when you're doing it. Racing a bike is brutal, it's hard, it beats you up, it makes you question your worth. But when it's all done and you're sitting back at night and thinking about what you did that day, that's when it becomes fun. When I used to go-kart race, as much as I loved practice days, race days were not really that much fun until after looking back on it. It was hard, it was intense, and many times it was frustrating because of that. Yes, this is an online championship. We're running a 6-week race system. If you're just watching this and you aren't involved, go to simracingsystem.com, and there you can join there. It's totally free, and they have a whole matchmaking, and it's an open league environment. You can kind of just jump in any league that you want, but if you run all the races, it keeps points, and it does score a championship. Yep, won last season's championship in true dominating form. So, I mean, gosh, I think he could have taken a bye week and still won the series the way he scored points. So, yeah, I highly encourage you to do that. We are running Assetto Corsa, so you'd need the Steam or PC version of Assetto Corsa. In addition to that, you would need the Ferrari 70th anniversary pack in order to have this car. Beyond that, you need a race department account to download 2 of the tracks of the season. That's a free account, free downloads, those tracks are. But what we have going on right here is a fantastic race for the lead. So if there's ever a day to not be here, it's the day to watch Lewis and George racing it out for the big win. These are the 2 guys who actually ran 42s in qualifying. I think in a perfect world, I'm good for a 43. but 42s seem a little out of this world to me right now. Yeah, this car is demanding. I had so much fun driving it when it came out, and a few people said, "Are you sure that's the car you want to run?" And I thought, yeah, I want people to be presented with a challenge. I really do. I want us to challenge ourselves, and I want us to learn some car handling skills. And, learning the throttle application on this car, if you can get off the corner without looping it, you're actually doing rather well as a driver. If you can get this car slowed down for the corner, you are doing pretty good as a driver. It's hard to not lock up brakes, so it teaches you very good braking control. The car is very sensitive to car balance. If you have it all the way on the nose, it really gets oversteery. You have all the weight on the rear end, and it gets all the weight on the nose, it gets understeery, and vice versa. All the weight on the rear, it gets very oversteery. So that makes it fun, and to me, it makes it so that you're really learning. If you can drive this car, if we were to go back to the Mazda, you'd almost be bored. If we were to go back to the Porsche, you would be a lot less challenged than you were running it last season. Stu, I think I do quite a bit of that at times. I haven't watched my replay to see what my pedals are doing. If we put me back in blip mode, I'm guessing that I'm starting brake and gas together versus when I was heel towing. But yeah, that's a sim racing trick, using a little bit of acceleration to hold the rear end down. Everyone's in a Ferrari 312. We are supposed to have individual paint jobs, but it looks like skin transfer is not working for some reason. I'm going to have to look into that. And I love cars. Please do. I always say it. I'd rather have you out on the track with us than here in the stream watching. I'm thrilled that you're here watching, but I'm all about getting out on the track, all about seeing you on the track. So my preference would be have you out there, and I'd be watching you race right now instead of watching me. So let's see. Francisco's out. Nick looks like he's running in third place now with Francesco's dropping. Oh! Little trouble with the back marker. There's Moises in fifth. Ed's running in, actually I think we're missing one. I think he's actually in fifth. Doug's in sixth. Stan in seventh. John Hill in eighth. And I know John and Stan are running different paint schemes. So again, something's not right with skin transfer. We're down to 2 minutes left in the race. El Bucho, yeah, so when you hit register, you'll pick a car number, and then you'll see the list of all the drivers, and then at the top you'll see a timer, and then at the very top you'll see a green box turning. Oh! There's a mistake. Let's go back to the lead, final laps for the leaders of the race. That's still Lewis in the front, it looks like, with George in the back. Yeah, I heard the Lotus was quite a bit stronger than this one. And El Bucho, I wouldn't try to think of it as wasting all that time, because look at the troubles I've had. Getting some gameplay in, some driving time in this car is very important anyway. So you'll just be that much more prepared for next week at Spa. See who will win? We could take bets. So 58 seconds. Looks like this will be the final lap this time by, I believe. I've always been so far back, I haven't been 100% certain how it scores it. So there was time on the clock when they crossed the line. So the question is, when the clock runs out, does that make it the final lap? Or do they then go one more lap? Great battle between these two. We can talk all we want about how hard the car is to control. We can make all the excuses we want, but I don't see these guys having trouble. I see them getting off the corner, running together in very close proximity, racing the heck out of these cars, and not running into trouble. Todd, I'll have to look into that. I'm open to doing such things. I don't know if I have time to administer a league for every sim. So what I'm really going to need are big contributing members of the Simpit who want to step forward and take care of running different divisions, we'd even say. I'd really like to see the Simpit have a series in just about every sim or game out there. But what I'll need is a captain. El Capitan, a lieutenant, somebody in charge to facilitate that for us. Takes a little bit of time and energy, and I don't want to take away from producing the shows that we expect as well. So that's one of my hesitations about saying yes to that question. But and if any of you are in here and you're, you know, big lovers of other Sims and would like to see us moving forward, help me out. You know, step up and administer a league in our name. And talk to me, Shaun, SHAUN, at thesimpit.com. Alright, so it's giving a countdown. So it did. As soon as the clock goes out, it becomes the final lap, which means if the clock had run out 100 feet before the start line, that would have been it. So we see Lewis here doing some, I believe that's Lewis, just, you know, not 100% sure that my screens are showing me what it's supposed to, but great job by him. And what a race by those two guys. And that kind of gives me a little bit of inspiration or motivation, or shows you just how drivable the car can be with enough practice, a good setup, and confidence in your machine, and not tearing up a gearbox like I did. No, Todd, but maybe we'll get one running that works for you as well. And Austin, I love that mod. And one of the reasons somebody had asked why I picked this car or questioned it, and GPL, Grand Prix Legends, was one of the titles that took computer racing to sim racing. And instead of me thinking of it as a game and just doing it for fun because I love cars and I love racing, it was Grand Prix Legends that really forced me to take it really serious. I had dabbled in some online things going back to the Hawaii days, going back to the very, very earliest days of online racing. I did my share of LAN racing with small groups locally on the same level. But it wasn't until Grand Prix Legends, it actually wasn't even with Grand Prix Legends release, it wasn't until V-Rock came out for Grand Prix Legends, and that really changed everything for me. That's when I started taking it very seriously. It was also NASCAR 2003 in total honesty. I was running GPL for my road racing, running NASCAR 2003 for my oval racing, and when people wonder why I'm a big iRacing fan, well, it really, because iRacing dates back to the days of Papyrus, the company, and that would be GPL and NASCAR 2003 and all the previous titles of NASCAR. So, frustrating night for me. You probably saw a little of my emotion, a little of my frustration with myself. Asking why I dropped out of the race. Very upset about that. I hate when I am the factor. I hate when I'm the mistake. And I was the epitome of the mistake today. So, I have a lot of work to do between now and next week at Spa. I hope you'll join us for the race. I hope you'll join us for the stream if you can't make the race. That'll be next Thursday and Friday night. If you're interested in racing with us, please head over to simracingsystem.com, register for an account. There are instructions on how to install the various things there and get you up and running. And then from there, you'll need a race department account, which is also free, where we'll download some tracks. You'll need a copy of Assetto Corsa and a copy of the Ferrari 70th anniversary collection. Tom, no, I did not short calibrate my clutch. Tom ran a 44.9 and finished 11th. Wow. Lewis, it's too late for me to change the schedule. I thought about adding Old Silverstone, but I pretty much was determined or pretty happy with hold on, somebody. It was not heel towing that did it. It was missing my blips. Sorry, I'm talking to the guys in the race, questioning what was going on with me. So anyway, I'd be thrilled to have you guys out here joining the series. I'm sorry today was a disappointment of a race. Probably a little more disappointing for me than you guys, other than you're sitting here wasting time watching what turned out to be a really strange night. Getting in late, no wheel working, you guys saving my butt, getting me in the race even, absolutely no practice, and you know, just getting out there. And I actually was feeling pretty good. I was driving a lot more comfortably and easily than yesterday. And just, I'll work on it. I'm not going to do that again. I had one of those last season. You know, adjusting to the car is still strange. And I'm just being straight up honest with you. I mean, of course, I can turn off the shifter. I can turn off the clutch. I can paddle shift and have none of those issues. But this car, even more than the Porsche, just, it seems of that era, like, I can't even imagine these cars being driven in anything but an H pattern. Even though a 70s Porsche have the same thing. But that's just, we're just making excuses now. Bottom line is the problem was the thing between the wheel and the seat, and that would be me. So, and we will work on getting a practice session. Anybody who knows a lot about setting up a multiplayer room, or anybody has a stable enough connection to be able to host us for practice, please contact me, Shaun, S-H-A-U-N, at thesimpit.com, and maybe we can do something on Wednesday night, same as the race time, to do a setup shop, but maybe you can host many of us to practice and work on our driving line, work on our setup and all that kind of stuff. I will host it. I'm just not sure if I'll have enough bandwidth to host and stream and drive all in the same time. So anybody who has any ideas or recommendations on that, please let me know, and we will get that up and running as well, just to keep things going. Beyond that, that is going to be the end of today's stream. I will do a selfless promotion, or a selfish promotion, and tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we will have the Sim Tunnel. I do not have a guest, so you guys, I'll be dependent on you guys. We're going to talk pizza. We're going to make the perfect pizza, the perfect sim pizza. And by that, what I mean, taking a slice from every sim, our favorite aspects of each sim, to make up the perfect sim, with a combination of everything from Forza, Gran Turismo, Dirt Rally, all the way up to Assetto Corsa, R-Factor, and iRacing, all the sims in between, and picking every little detail. Some of them, maybe it provides the sound. Sometimes maybe it's the graphics. Earlier I mentioned Project Cars. Their weather effects and their puddling on the ground is so phenomenal. Let's throw that in there. So it doesn't even have to be entire giant things. I want to talk about fun factor, user interface, all of the aspects that we love and need out of our sims. I want to pick our favorites from them so that we can design that perfect sim. And maybe we'll get lucky enough that all those sim companies will watch that show and think, hey, they're right. We really need to steal that from those guys, or be influenced by those guys and add it to our sim as well. And how lucky would we be if they actually followed our instruction, if they actually listened and took things to that next level over the next coming years of sim racing. So that's what tomorrow's show at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is all about, and I really hope you join us, because it's only about conversation. Without you guys giving some input, some thoughts on the topic, it's going to be a very short show. So the show's length, depth, and thoroughness is going to be greatly dependent on you guys and your input as well. So give that some thought overnight, and then get back to me tomorrow during the show. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to be adding slices from mine. I'm going to be talking to you guys about slices of yours. And I don't know if we'll collectively come up on one. I think it's a different strokes for different folks. So one person might like these physics, somebody might like these, but maybe we all agree on graphics or on sounds or any of the other features of sim racing. Coffee mugs, I will try to have those by tomorrow morning, first thing. I had them almost lined up, and then I was having a problem with the artwork. I was using Cafe Press. I might switch that, but I'm going to try to have that. Maybe I'll have some more during the Sim Tunnel for that as well. So, and a few other things in the works. I know I've been doing a lot of live streams. We've got some edited shows. I'm working on a TGT review. I'm also working on a big shootout between some of the Thrustmaster wheels and some of the Fanatic wheels, so we can compare sort of like our pizza pie, the favorite things, favorite aspects of all of those wheels. So all of that kind of stuff is in the works in the background as well. So, yeah, exactly, Todd. Maybe that's what we'll follow the show up with, is an official poll on how to make that exact pizza pie. And maybe we'll even make a graphic we can put up the Simpit website to say this is the community pie. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I honestly can't say that I enjoyed today's stream. I enjoyed hanging out with all of you guys, but this is sort of a nightmare, and I'll be kind of beating myself up about this for probably a couple of days. I'm very upset with myself. Very, very upset with myself. So anyway, we'll do better next week. I hope at Spa we will stick it out with the H pattern and just see what we can get at it. Hope you enjoyed this stream. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.